So he opens up the hole, and it's like you really have to like slide in hands first and to land down there. So I slide in and I hit the rocks. Hey guys, welcome back to the Realtor Chronicles. On today's episode, we're going to talk about inspections, or one of my inspections. Basically, I'm just going to get right into it. So we go, after you get a house under contract, you have to do an inspection on the house. And that's what happened here. We got the house under contract on Friday, and on Monday we went to go do the inspection. The inspector gets there. He's a guy we've never really used before. He's my client's friend or something. So we end up doing the inspection. The house is they redid everything in the house, so I don't think nothing's going to come up with it. So we start doing the inspection. He starts checking out everywhere, like all the rooms, all the closets and stuff. He checks the attic and comes back down. And we're about to kind of move to the outside of the house. And he's like, hey, where's the furnace? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, the furnace is in the attic, and it's not on the main level, and there's no basement. So where's the furnace? And I'm like, that's a great question. Let me call the listing agent. Get the listing agent on the phone. I'm like, hey, where's the furnace? She's like, in the back of the house, there's a little opening, and there's a crawl space, and the furnace is down there. I'm like, okay, thank you. So me, my client, and the inspector go in the back, and we see this little opening to get down there. So I look at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, hey, I can't fit in the hole. And now he's like a bigger fellow, so I understand. So I'm like, so will you be able to inspect the furnace? And he's like, no. So then my client's like, if you can't inspect the furnace, I want to back out of the deal. So I'm like, well, what can we do? And he's like, there's nothing we can do. I can't go down there. I'm like, well, can I go down there then? And like inspect it? He's like, yeah, I suppose. So he opens up the hole, and it's like, you really have to like slide in hands first and to land down there. So I slide in, and I hit the rocks because it's all rocky under there, and it's kind of dark. There's like some spider webs, but I kind of am able to get to like my hands and knees, and I end up like kind of like shuffling around and finding the furnace. It takes me about a minute, but I get there. Now I get there and I call back to him like, hey, how do I open the furnace? He's like, you need a screwdriver. I'm like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, you need some tools. Come back. So I shuffle back there, and he gives me like a flashlight and also a screwdriver, and I go back to the furnace, and he tells me how to open it up. I tell him what brand it is. He tells me how to open it up. He's like, hey, take some pictures and videos of the inside of the furnace, and he's like, can you also like shuffle around and just take pictures of like the foundation while you're down there, and if you see anything, take pictures of that. So I'm down there for a few minutes. I'm getting like spider webs on me. I end up getting a little dirty, finding like a few dead mice, but overall it was all right. Like nothing bad really happened. So I end up getting back, hand my tools to my client, to him. My client's happy because I got to inspect the furnace. It was like a 2018. Everything came out great, and I just got a little muddy, and he ended up giving me a few dollars for going down there for him. So, and that was my story. But I got a question for you guys, or all the agents out there. If you were in my shoes, would you offer to go down there, or would you just let the deal fall through? Let me know in the comments section, and have a great day.